first of all, we all know what protein is like. We know the definition, right?
Yes, we know the definition.
For
of
those who don't know, class 6 science book says they are the building blocks of our body. You should be knowing this by now. You should not need me to tell you this.
Yeah, but for some percentage of our audience who don't know what protein is, so they're basically building blocks.
I want to start off with your exposure therapy. How's
Okay.
it
What
going?
exposure therapy?
How's it going?
Okay.
Oh.
So
Just give
I'm-
us some context and then we'll get to the joke.
Yeah, then we'll get to the joke.
Okay, there is already something I am looking
Yeah,
forward to.
there was an incident that happened. But basically, I am terrified of lizards, right? Like, it's not a secret. Like, absolutely mortified, a debilitating kind of a fear. I eventually finally decided that I need therapy for this, and I went to therapy. A lot had to do with Sandy constantly telling me, "Can you please sort this out?" It's just,
And like no joke, she still to this day, certain nights she just wakes up screaming in the middle of the night. Huh?
and they're almost always lizard related. Like, it's that bad.
On a side note, my band's keyboardist is also very scared of lizard. One time we were in a studio recording and it was raining heavily. So someone, I think, opened the gate to just enter the studio and a lizard out of nowhere entered the studio. This guy stood up on a table which has like expensive equipment, and with no care of what can break and what cannot, he stood on the table just screaming, "Ay, ay, 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 nikalo isko." And he's just screaming like that for the next 5-10 minutes. And then we had to basically shoo. I don't know how we managed to shoo that lizard away because everyone was scared. He was scared
The
like,
most.
the
Yeah.
most.
Yeah.
But you really don't know how to how to shoo a lizard.
This
you
is
know?
precisely why I was pushing her to get therapy, because every time she saw a lizard, she'll be like, make it go away. I'm like, how? Like, how? I've never learned this. This is not a part of my skill set.
Basically, I am now taking what is called as exposure therapy, right? Where the idea is to normalize what you're afraid of. So you start off with seeing pictures, then you see videos, then you see live things, like slowly get used to it, make your body feel that and your brain feel that there's no danger from this, it's fine. So that's exposure therapy, and that's very valid, right?
I know what I'm going to do next. The next episode when we record, I'll come dress up as a lizard.
That's
I'll
horrifying.
One of the things that the therapist has suggested is to see a photo of a lizard every day for 30 seconds.
But that is so weird.
Yeah, but you know how much it freaks me out? Like, the day 1, day 2, I had to do, like, I was breathing, like doing deep breathing before starting off so that my anxiety goes down. Then I would see the picture for 30 seconds. It's torture seeing a lizard's picture for 30 seconds. Like, picture, And then after that, to calm down also took so long.
Yeah.
I cannot deal with it. I cannot deal with it at all. So it's bad. But anyway, the incident that happened. So our dear friend who was visiting us from a different country, he was here the other day. So I was just telling him, I was like, I'm taking exposure therapy or something like that. And I was supposed to have a session just after. I think I was telling him that this is what I'm doing. So he's like, "Oh, so you're exposing yourself to lizards?" And I was like, that sounds so bad.
So in this case, both Ashmita and the lizard are taking therapy. The lizard did not sign up for this.
But to be honest, haven't we all basically exposed ourselves in front of lizards? If there's a lizard in the room, you don't realize it and you're...
Are you trying to make me afraid in my own home?
No, I'm just stating a fact. if there's a lizard in my room, if I'm changing whatever, there's a lizard. I think we all have done it at some
But
point.
that's not what he meant. He
I know.
meant that, you know,
Ashmita finds a lizard and then exposes herself to the lizard.
Now in the therapy session, we have Ashmita in one seat and the lizard in the next one.
Please expose yourselves.
if the lizard is not wearing clothes, why do you get to?
Yes.
Okay, Prakhar, what's your topic for the day?
On that note, lizard, I just googled, by the way. There's a iguana. I'm pretty sure you know
Yeah.
an iguana. So they are very high on protein. If you ever may want to
Ew.
eat a lizard,
No.
I mean, most animals are basically protein, right?
Yes.
Like in the
Yeah,
food
yeah.
chain
Yes, yes.
that way.
As
So,
our-
but since
as
we
are
were
we.
talking about
Yeah.
lizards, I just wanted to
yeah.
bring my topic somehow in the same
Amazing,
conversation.
Prakhar. That was
What a
fantastic.
segue.
What a segue.
What a
Yes.
segue. What a segue.
Yeah. On that note, our today's topic for the episode is protein.
Protein.
First of all, we all know what protein is. Like we know the definition, right?
Yes, we know the
Yes.
definition.
For
of
those who
protein.
don't know, class 6 science book says they are the building blocks of our body. You should be knowing this by now. You should not need me to tell you this.
Yeah, but for some percentage of our audience who don't know what protein is, so they're basically building blocks.
In Ashmita's words, sue your school. Get a refund on your tuition fee.
Yeah,
if you don't know what a protein
means,
is.
yeah. Sue your school.
Like I had a lot of misinformation about protein
Yeah.
before, but very recently I started consuming protein, like whey protein. Protein in general, we were anyway consuming because there is protein in a lot of food items
Yeah,
that we
Yeah,
eat.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to bring up this topic because very recently I busted a lot of myths about protein, like the misinformation I had in the past and the benefits that
Right.
protein has in our regular
Yeah.
daily life. Not for people who just are into gymming or
Yeah.
in
In general also.
in general,
Yeah.
protein helps.
Yeah.
So
I think in the recent past, all of us have just become a little more
Health conscious. Yeah.
conscious about like how much protein are we consuming? Are we consuming enough? Because it is arguably the most difficult macro to reach.
Yeah.
So yeah,
earlier I used to not laugh, but basically
Not take it seriously.
not take it seriously, but literally, actually, honestly, I used to laugh on people who used to calculate and
Yeah.
very rightly
Same.
so read the ingredients and the percentage of how much is what in the item of whatever food they're eating. But now I think I am that person who
Yeah.
basically
You have
reads
to.
each and everything.
You have
Yes.
to. Yes.
And I have started doing this because it has helped me in
Yeah.
like my transformation and like my eating habits, my muscle recovery, my body, like, so I am a musician, like I think we have established
yeah.
that
Yes.
Ashmita has helped me establish that.
establish that. That's
Established.
He
He is an established musician.
It doesn't need. He is okay. Side
Yes,
note,
he is.
Side
He
note,
is.
he is an established
Yeah.
musician.
No.
Of
If anyone-
course,
if anyone-
Kapao is doing extremely
If anyone
well.
wants any drum lessons, please reach out to us at don'tknowdocare1@gmail.com. Prakhar is available to teach you drum classes. He's an expert drummer. You can also reach out to us at DKDC Podcast on Instagram. Again, just in case
Very
you're interested
nice,
in
Andy.
Prakhar's lessons. That's how you seamlessly integrate.
Yeah. Before we forget forget
Exactly.
to promote it, and
This
it should, and we did it.
This
by
was
the,
seamless. I'm very proud of it.
by the way, we did it under 10 minutes this
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
Yeah,
We
instead
don't
of
have
at the end of the episode going, oh shit, we haven't promoted ourselves. Let's please
I
talk
think we're
about
progressing.
ourselves also.
We're progressing.
Yes.
Very nice, very nice.
Because I immediately remembered and thought, might as well get it out of the way right off the Then baad mein, later on, if we end up doing it, good. If we don't, at least we have one ticked off.
We'll just cut this and paste this again at the end of the episode.
Yeah.
Follow us here. Yeah, Prakhar. So you're a musician.
So I'm a musician, and for the longest time, I've had issues with my left hand because there was back in college time I met with an accident and I had a major muscle injury on the left hand. So post that, it was very difficult for me to basically manage left and right while playing drums. So I've always had that issue. But very recently, when I started having protein, I realized that the muscle recovery, of course, along with that, I have to do a lot of weight workout and muscle workout and physiotherapy. But consuming protein really helped me recover.
Yes.
Helped me recover that weakness on my left hand. So it has really helped me with my drumming. I mean, consuming protein, of course, helps the entire body, but specifically for my left hand injury, it has helped me.
I mean, maybe let's also talk a little bit about the various types of protein that are widely available and what is the usual general calculation that people should keep in mind while calculating their protein intake, and probably
Vegetarian and vegan
yeah,
sources
especially
of
for
protein.
people who are vegetarians or vegans. What are the
So
alternatives for them?
this is such a, like, off late, I have been trying to go vegan.
Yeah.
My God, it is the amount of effort that you need to just figure out what you have to eat during the
But
day.
it is worth the effort though.
It is.
It is
Yeah.
absolutely worth the effort.
It's worth the effort. I'm just saying that those, like, vegetarian protein consumption is significantly more difficult.
Yes.
And
Because-
expensive also.
No, man, meat.
Yeah.
meat
See,
and all
protein
that-
is anyway expensive.
Yes.
Whey protein or
But if you
plant-based
consume
protein.
meat-
Anything healthy is expensive, no? To be fair.
And also, like, meat is also expensive. And especially the more ethically you source meat, the more expensive it becomes. The thing is that if you're consuming meat, you just, that consumption of that old system of just consume one fist worth of meat and you're good for one meal of protein.
See, best thing still works.
Twisting always works, yes.
Wow. Wow.
Ew, disgusting.
That's not,
Way
that's
to
not,
make everything
that's not
sexual.
necessarily true.
I know. But it's a good soundbite, no? I did this for the soundbite.
So yeah,
Coming back to protein, yes.
Yes.
I just wanted to ask you guys also, like, when did you guys started consuming protein? Like, Ashmita, I know you're vegan, or
I'm not
you're
vegan
planning
yet.
to go vegan, but you're a vegetarian. You've stopped
Now I
consuming
am.
fish also. You
Yes.
don't consume chicken, but you've stopped consuming fish.
Yeah.
So your sources of protein are now again narrowed down to very few options.
Yeah.
And if you go vegan, then you have very limited options.
Even
for
fewer,
protein.
yes. But to be very honest, like, whenever I do go vegan, it's going to be only dairy that is now getting out, right? Because I've left eggs, I've left fish, I left any kind of meat, not just chicken. Like, I used to have all kinds of meat. I mean, all legal kinds of meat. till 2016.
Glad you clarified that. Nobody was thinking of that until you specified that. Now we're actually concerned.
Okay, to be fair, I was in Indonesia and there was this one small sort of an outlet or something which served us shark meat, which I was like, I can't have this. Like, it's impossible for me to eat. But anyway,
There are no Epstein files.
throw me nonsense. Like, I was never protein deficient till 2016, right? Because every meal had some meat or the other. And because I like European-ish preparations, so my meat consumption was anyway lean, protein-rich, less fat, right? So it was not a problem.
Yeah.
Now I have to calculate very seriously, and it's also the problem with vegetarian forms of protein, which is not soy, and I can't have soy because my estrogen balance gets really messed up. So my hormones are all over the place. I have terrible PMS. My period cramps are insane. So I can't have soy. I can only have, like, what is that called? Fermented soy, right? Like
Tempeh.
tempeh and all. There's this problem of that I face, which is protein heavy vegetarian options or food that are not soy are also high in calories. So balancing that, like I have this sattu drink that I'm having, right? I like having this in the morning.
Sattu is I think
Sattu is
heavy on
basically, I think, chickpea flour, if I'm not
Chickpea flour.
yeah.
chickpea flour,
Yeah,
yes. For those who
it's-
don't know what sattu is.
Yeah, it's chickpea flour. It's extremely popular in northern India, and it's very nutrition heavy, right? It has good things in it. It has fiber. It has protein, but also 100 grams. So 100 grams of this powder has 26 grams of protein, which is
not
great.
bad. Not bad.
Which is
That's
great.
great.
But it also has 400 and something calories, kilocal.
It's yeah.
So
it's,
you have exhausted, especially in a calorie deficit, you have exhausted from one drink basically, you've exhausted like 1/3 of your or 1/4 of your calorie budget for the day.
Yeah.
So that's what becomes difficult. The balance between calories and protein, that is what is challenging.
You keep your body moving. Basically, if you go to a gym or go for a run, you can burn those
Yeah.
calories, no?
Yeah, but also you can't always eat what you burn out. No. So if you're losing weight, you also need to be in a calorie deficit. And also, even if you're in maintenance, then also you have a budget, no, for the day. And the more you work, like on days that I do strength training, right, I feel hungrier, right? So I am anyway consuming more. You have to mix and match. I mean, there are a few products like the Vital Wheat gluten. That's a lifesaver. I mean, what did we calculate, Sandy, last time? The mix of Vital Wheat gluten and kapli.
Kapli flour. Kapli
Kapli
flour
flour.
is I think it's some part of the wheat plant only. I don't know which part exactly, but it's some portion of the wheat plant.
But protein heavy.
It's very protein heavy and very high in fiber. It's relatively low in carbs and.
So what all can you
calorific
make
value.
from kapli and
So I don't know if you guys have heard of this thing called seitan. Seitan is
good shaitan?
yeah, but it's spelled Seitan. It's pronounced seitan. So seitan is basically used to create these fake meat products. You know, so it has the texture of chickeny texture or muttony texture, but
Chickeny sound.
Chickeny sounds so
I
bad.
took it completely different
Yeah, yeah,
direction.
yeah, yeah.
Chickeny, not chicken.
The Hindi chickeny.
no. Chicken-like texture.
Yes.
Okay,
Thank you.
it has
Yes,
a very
much better.
It has meaty texture and it's slightly rubbery. And for people who don't know how to convert this vital wheat gluten into seitan properly, like me, because I tried doing that once and it ended up looking like a giant turd. And
Yeah.
yeah.
It
And
was very disturbing to eat
it was
that.
we somehow got through that, but I resolved to never try that again because it wasn't just for me. But thankfully we found an alternative, which is just make plain rotis, chapatis out of them. And on an average, you'll get over 15 grams of protein per chapati, per roti, which is insane. Like if you're having
So
three,
if you have the dough size we saw was 50 grams, that has a protein content of 20 grams.
Bad.
That's insane.
Great. That's insane.
yeah. So basically, if you have like 2 to 3 rotis, at least 50% of your daily protein intake is being met through those 3 rotis only.
And does it taste different?
Absolutely not. It tastes perfectly fine. If you want to take my quote unquote recipe, it's just equal parts kapli flour, equal parts vital wheat gluten, add a little bit of olive oil and common salt and water, equal parts water also. So that's literally about it.
For you, I think, Sandy, you've always been a vegetarian.
Yes.
So how and when did you feel the need to start consuming protein, and how and what were the options that you?
So, being a vegetarian, obviously, I never understood or paid attention to my daily protein intake needs, obviously.
You never had egg also, right?
No. So, I was severely misinformed and I didn't know enough. So, I think probably about a couple of years ago is when I started taking health related things more seriously. So,
Thanks to me.
Yeah. So
I was just about to say, enters Ashmita.
yes,
Thanks to me.
thanks to Ashmita. So paid more attention to what I'm eating, including calculation about calorie deficiency and also the protein intake. Basically calculating the macros and the micros wherever possible. And
Before
then
that, you were eating anything and everything, like vegetarian, of course.
vegetarian,
But
yeah, but homemade food which was not protein heavy. Basically, it's just things I knew how to cook and I just used to have them. But now almost all of my cooking it revolves around what is the source of protein and what we can make with that. That has been a very slow and gradual shift, but now I've reached a place where each meal the planning starts with what the protein is and then we decide the meal, what the meal is going to be. So if you that's where again I reiterate about the vital wheat gluten thing is that it's not a massive shift from your daily dietary habits. It's basically you're just shifting out one ingredient, which is your normal wheat. You're shifting that out. Everything else can remain the same. You're still significantly meeting a large portion of your daily protein requirements just by substituting one ingredient. No, and this is obviously for a majority North Indian diet because South Indians are heavy on rice. So I can say that as South Indian because I know that for a fact.
Even Bengalis.
Yeah.
The problem with our households is we eat home cooked food and we think we are eating healthy.
Yeah.
But that's not true.
true. I mean, that is true, but not completely true.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not because it is just because something is made at home doesn't make it healthy. It becomes healthy if it fulfills all your macros.
Yeah.
But most of our, especially vegetarian diets, like Sandy has 35 years of protein deficiency now. So that's got to have like crazy implications on your body. And plus our households are also very like Indian. I don't know if you all have seen this. My mother somehow believes that going to the gym is a bad thing.
Yeah,
Like
we've all
yoga.
we've heard that. I
Yeah,
think.
yeah,
We
yeah,
all
yeah.
have heard that.
She's like yoga is the only safe and healthy way of exercising. My sister and I keep trying to tell her that, or actually provide actual information. There's so much of misinformation out there about basic things like working out. Like it's actively discouraged. So you're not doing a lot of the work that you're supposed to do. Your muscle rots away. Then your food is also not enough protein heavy enough. And you feel like you are eating really healthy if you have dal rice, which is just insane amount of carbs. Like that's it.
You're carb loading. So
Yes, no fiber, nothing.
yeah.
Just no fiber, no protein, no amino acids, nothing. Just like carbs.
I remember when I used to go for football coaching. After maybe an hour or 2 hour long football coaching, we used to have nimbu pani or lemonade or sugarcane juice, and used to feel this is the only way to gain your
Energy back.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
health. You're getting healthier if you're consuming lemonade or
juice of any
Imagine.
kind.
any
basically.
kind. Yeah, but
Imagine sugar overload is what
Yes.
was considered.
and we did not realize that basically you're putting your muscles into action while you're playing for straight 2 hours, and then
Yeah.
you need to have like protein need to have protein so that your muscle can recover.
Yeah. Yeah.
Also, I think when I went to my trainer, the first good trainer I had was in Madrid. I had a couple of trainers in Delhi and I had to quit because they were really bad. But the first thing my trainer was talking to me about, like the actual growth of the muscles is during rest period, because the protein is what builds up those muscles, which is such a basic thing, but I never connected what I read in school to what actually practically has to happen.
It also, tells me and brings to the point that at what age we all can start consuming protein.
Yes.
There's a very big misconception on this as well. Anyone can basically start consuming protein. Of course, you have to control at what age you are consuming and how much protein you are consuming. Like I'm talking about whey protein.
Protein
not
powder.
protein in general, but protein powder. Yes. So anyone can consume protein and
No, you say
ideally
protein powder only.
protein powder, so they can consume protein powder ideally. So this is, I'm not saying this from a medical background, of course, so of course you have to be sure and consult.
Do your
Whatever,
research.
yeah, whatever we are saying in this podcast, please do your own research, and then you can choose to adhere to one of them, some of them, all of them, whatever. But please do your own research before you end up listening.
Yeah,
to
none of us are
anything.
doctors.
Yeah,
Just
we don't have any.
enthusiasts.
We're just talking from our own personal experiences, what has worked for us and what has not worked for us. It may or may not work for you, but please do your own due diligence before jumping headfirst into anything.
So basically for kids, protein intake is usually taken care by the meals, of course,
Yeah.
they have, but anywhere from like starting from 14 plus, I think they can start consuming whey protein, but in a controlled manner. Like you can have maybe one scoop or a half a scoop, but definitely post 20 or 25, I feel,
Yeah.
I might be wrong, but I feel they should start consuming whey protein. And even if they're working out or not, this is also a very big misconception that they have, that
Yeah.
if you're not working out, you should not consume. But I mean, whey protein. But I think we should.
Yeah. I
Because-
mean, if anything, I think, please correct me if I'm wrong, but I think whey protein is a good way to make up some of that number. That's it.
Yes, because there's a
Not just whey
deficiency.
protein, any protein
Any
powder.
kind of protein
Yeah.
powder,
Yeah.
it helps you make up a large proportion of your daily protein needs. So it's just, call it a shortcut, if you will. It's basically a shortcut to make up numbers in terms of your protein daily requirements,
Yeah.
right?
And basically, so the how do you calculate how much protein
Yeah.
you should intake is basically, I think, your age. Not I think, it is age into 0.8. I think we had this conversation last
Not
time.
age, no,
Wait.
Wait, sorry, my bad. Weight into
0.8 roughly.
0.8
Yeah.
roughly
It's
for someone who's
maintenance.
this is just for maintenance. If you're not working out, you have to consume this amount of
Yeah.
protein. So basically, for example, I'm not good with maths, so Sandy, you should take this one.
Okay.
Is-
So for someone, just for calculation's sake, someone who weighs
be
100
honest.
kilos, right? So that person should be having at least 80 grams of protein to maintain that weight and that muscle mass and that body structure, basically.
So yeah, so imagine if you're having one scoop of whey protein. One scoop of whey protein has 24 grams of protein.
Depends, anywhere between 24 and 30. Depends on which
Yeah.
brand and which type of thing you're taking, but roughly around that.
So
Yeah.
basically, one scoop will give you roughly around 30 grams, and your
Yeah.
requirement is 80 grams. So how do you cover up the rest?
Yes.
Either you have two scoops, but it also depends if your body is able to absorb that amount of protein, or you substitute it with maybe, let's say, chicken, or for vegans you have, I think, like you said, tempeh or
Yeah, soy-based products.
soy-based products.
Whatever
So
is
Soya
your-
chunks. Soya chunks are again an excellent source of protein. If your body allows you to consume soya chunks, then that's one of the best sources of protein out there, especially for vegans.
there are soya beans, lentils, tofu. Greek yogurt also has
Yeah,
protein.
Yeah.
Greek yogurt has
Yeah.
protein.
Nuts, cottage cheese.
These
Basically-
nuts.
But yes.
So-
There was this random myth, whatever going on. I wonder if it came from that in between sometime, that semen has protein in it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
one of the most
Yeah.
widely spread around this thing.
This
Yeah.
is for men who wanted to get blowjobs.
Probably.
They were like,
I wouldn't be surprised if that was the
Yes.
scene.
100%.
Yeah.
Anyway, coming back to the
From
type
blowjobs,
of protein
from
that you,
blowjobs, we go back to proteins. Yes.
yeah. The only way that you have to consume protein is definitely not the one that Ashmita mentioned, but
you can say semen.
yeah.
Yes.
Okay,
What? Prakhar?
this is a family show.
Yeah.
Sure, yes.
Yes.
So the types of protein that you can consume, not just whey. Whey is also a type of protein. So there are whey protein, there's soy protein, pea protein, not the pea that
Yeah,
you
Yeah,
can
yeah,
pea,
of
but
course not.
You just
So for
mentioned
people- so
semen
people-
protein. I just
Yeah.
wanted to
I just said
make
it was
sure.
a rumor. It was
Yes.
it was never true.
So people who are vegan or are planning to go vegan, so pea-based plant protein is also another excellent form of your
PEA
yeah,
based.
pea.
Thank you,
Prakhar
Ashmita.
is laughing.
Yes.
Yes, so it's plant-based protein, which again it's a form of protein powder which can help substantiate your protein intake
Yeah,
on a daily
now
basis.
I'm taking a pea-based protein powder because
I don't know. I
want
will still laugh anyway. when it says pea
Nonsense.
protein.
because I don't want to take whey, right? It's dairy.
I have a mix of whey and plant now.
Sandy's brand, I don't like it. My brand, Cosmix, that one, they make tasty protein.
But how? This is also something I wanted to talk about. How did you choose the brand? Like,
Trial and error. There is no other way around it. Trial and error. You order either sampler packs if you can get your hands on them, or you try 4 or 5 different types. And once the protein requirements and the taste sort of, there is a very small set where they overlap. Once you find that, just stick to it. I suggest like this.
Yeah, it is. I think with anything, right? Like fitness, gym,
Yeah.
going to the gym or something. Like everything seems overwhelming
Yeah,
in the
yeah.
beginning. Like it is intense and you feel this immense sense of doom and you feel like I can never manage all of this.
Yeah. While Prakhar decides to sneeze, we we are
Wait, no.
we are.
Bless you. Wow, that was a.
Uh,
I've
a
never heard
long-
you
long
sneeze,
one.
Prakhar.
yeah, that was loading for a very long time. But yeah, I mean, we are referring to the paradox of choice. If you would like, you can please go and check out our second episode. And we talked about paradox of choice there. Maybe that might help you. Maybe that might interest you.
Yeah, that is.
Please go back to that and listen.
But
You
yeah,
were
so
saying.
it's about those small, just take the step that you are comfortable with,
Yeah.
like go to the gym and maybe just do cardio. It's fine. Like just start off with walking on the treadmill.
Yeah, even
Just
that's
start off
okay,
with
I think.
cycling. Yeah. And then slowly you start, like you find trainers, you find people who recommend things to you. Same with all of the consumption patterns, right? Like I used to eat initially to meet my protein requirements. I would have a lot of soya and tofu. I
Yeah.
had a lot of tofu, and then with insane period cramps, then my nutritionist was like, "Were you doing this? Were you having a lot of tofu or soy and everything? That maybe try cutting it off." And then every month that I don't have soy, I'm okay. I'm fine. Right? Every month I do, I have terrible cramps. So then I know now that my body is not going to adapt to this. So anything like
It's basically hit and trial.
everything is like that, man. It's fine. Like we have so many options today. You can just take a recommendation from somebody about which protein you should start
No, but
with.
one should
brand.
also do their due diligence.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
yeah.
basically not go for substandard,
Yeah.
brand. So you have to basically start from somewhere. There should be a benchmark, I
Yeah.
think, because there are a lot of fraud brands also circulating in the market. So maybe try with some known brands. Like
Yeah.
I started with a certain brand. I don't think we should take names.
No. If we are saying good things about them, we can take
Okay.
names.
So I the first whey protein brand that I tried was on Optimum Nutrition.
Uh-huh.
Only because it was the only brand that everyone
Yeah,
had
it's
been
a very
talking
well-known
about,
brand also,
well-known,
well
yes.
established. Yeah.
So I started with that, but I didn't really like the taste initially. So then I tried another brand. I liked the taste, but I wasn't sure about the authenticity of it. So
Yeah.
I changed to another brand. So right now I'm consuming on and one another brand, which I feel is like good for my stomach also. So it has also to do with which brand basically suits your gut, because
Yeah.
not everyone
Yeah.
their body
yeah,
can
yeah.
basically consume protein the way the other person's body
Yeah,
can
you
consume.
have
So it
to
also,
try out.
and of course there are also other types of whey protein, like whey protein. Then you have isolate. Basically, isolate is, I feel, better for your gut, because I shifted from mass whey protein to isolate just so that it is less heavy on my stomach.
What is isolate? Is what? Isolate is like taken out, like additional like
Yes.
soy isolate and everything like
Yes.
those.
Right. That's the
Basically, there are
isolate.
various stages of processing.
Yeah.
So whey is like above, not above, but like the initial process.
Initial stage,
Isolate is like the more purest form. Purest is not me saying that
Protein
it is
heavy,
better,
like
but
the-
like
yeah.
the focus, it's like a
Yeah.
funnel, you
Yeah.
know. And I think there's another, if I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right, but hydrosilate something, I think.
Uh-huh.
There is another. I'll just Google and maybe tell you the correct name, but it is somewhat.
The one I have is Matrix. So it's a mix of isolate and
Can you do the matrix?
sure,
The-
just in slow motion.
Okay, so why I brought the question about how early can
Yeah.
one start taking whey protein is because there's a benchmark after which I think we all should start consuming is the age of 30,
Yeah.
which is medically, I think it is said that you should start consuming protein because post 13 then your muscle starts
Okay. The muscle starts to deteriorate.
deteriorate. So
yes.
the calculation for it is like by 1% every
somewhere
every
between
year.
1 and 5% every
I have
year.
read 8%, by the way.
That's for
every
probably
year,
for women.
Yeah, for men and
that's
women it's
also
different.
every year we
biologically-
lose 8% of muscle mass without doing any of
Yeah.
muscle without doing anything. Like it erodes, and that's why you must consume protein.
Yeah.
By nothing you mean like doing nothing. But even if you go for a walk, I think you should then start consuming protein because you're putting your muscle in action, right?
Yeah, you should meet your daily protein requirements. Whether or
Anyway,
not
anyway.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
that's
even if you're
absolute
sitting
basic.
on your ass the whole day,
Absolute basic.
still do, because your muscles are losing mass
Yeah, yeah.
constantly. It is nutrition that your body requires, but if you don't move your ass every single day significantly, much, not like 500 steps in a day or something like genuinely that, then you are going to rust away, you are going to rot, your body is going to give up, going to be a burden on your children. It's a fact. Like, there is no denying. There is a reason why Indian parents are of our parents' generation and their parents' generation, why literally the last 30 years of their lives are miserable. They are miserable. They make everybody around themselves miserable. It's just horrifying. And it's not okay to do that.
I had my parents start consuming protein and I've seen the difference. So for reference, my mother doesn't really work out too much. She goes for a walk, which is like a basic every Indian, I think most of the Indians, they do that, like our parents' age.
Yeah.
On the contrary, my dad works out a lot. Not like weight training, but he goes for a run. Maybe he does like push-ups and all of that. So he's working more than my mom. And before, I think they started taking whey protein last year. And since then, what the difference that both of them have seen is very interesting, because my dad was still working out, but he wasn't consuming whey protein. So the difference was that he used to have muscle pain,
Yeah.
and like he used to feel the lack of strength, muscle strength.
Yeah.
Now he's like, whenever he gets up in the morning, he gets up very early in the morning. So now when he gets up and goes for a run, he doesn't feel the muscle pain. His body feels more active.
Yeah.
And same for my mother. So the point is that even though my mother wasn't really working out too much or too heavy, she only used to go for walks. Yeah. She felt the same difference as my dad. The thing is that they both were consuming protein irrespective of the way they were working out.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I think even if you're not working out, like doing heavy workout, or even if you go just for a walk, either way you should start taking whey protein. Or if you can't take whey protein, there are other ways of another way is the way.
Yeah.
So anyway,
Yes. Anyway, badam
there is a name for this, like after 30, why do you start consuming protein? Because of the deficiency and the loss of muscle. There's a term for it. It is called sarcopenia.
Sarcopenia.
It's spelled as sarcopenia. Sarcopenia. So sarcopenia is basically muscle loss. After age 30, adults lose about 3 to 5%, and like you said, 8% at some cases for females, for women.
So we don't know that. Hey,
You
I said I have read 8%. Now,
Okay, so-
I don't know the validity of this
Let's
the
information.
So
entire,
Google.
we don't have the validity of the entire episode, by the way. We're
Wow,
asking people
amazing.
to
Very
consult.
proud of us, I am. Yeah.
So after age
So
30,
on average, let's assume 5%. At least that
Yeah.
much we know for sure. Okay, let's assume 5%.
There's basically muscle loss
Yes.
after 30.
after age 30, adults lose about 3 to 5% of muscle mass per decade. Potentially about 1% per year for some people. This leads to weakness, reduced mobility, higher fall risk, and metabolic issues if protein and physical activity aren't maintained. Higher protein intake can slow this loss and help preserve independence and quality of life.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
This
basically,
is all
so
you
there's
need
a
to know.
yeah, so there's a term for it. So maybe our listeners, they can Google it. And
Sarcopenia is the term he's referring to. Please look
Yeah.
it up for yourself. It's an actual real thing. It's a scientific thing. Please believe this.
now I want to bust some myths around consuming protein.
I think before we do that, I'd just like to very briefly interject, and we'd be remiss if we don't make the point that we understand that not everybody can probably afford things like
fair
whey
enough,
proteins,
Fair enough.
protein powders, all the fancy proteins, healthy stuff. Obviously, we are privileged enough to be able to afford all of this and even talk about this. For people who are barely able to put together 2 meals on their table, all of this would be not a priority. This would be
Yeah.
very secondary, tertiary. Yes, if you can afford and are in a state to be able to do this, please look after yourselves and do this. It doesn't really matter
That's
in that
why
case.
they say, that poverty is the most expensive
Yes,
thing.
Anyway,
yes. But tis.
so the first myth is high protein diets damage healthy kidneys. It is absolutely not true. Of course, to a certain level, that if you consume too much of whey protein, of course it puts your kidney
Overdrive. It
basically-
goes.
Yeah.
Kidney
Yeah,
probably goes into
But
overdrive.
none of us have that problem.
Yeah, yeah,
No,
yeah.
The one audience, the one consumer group that does have this problem, it exists only in US.
Heavy meat eaters. Heavy meat
Yeah.
It's
eaters.
not just heavy meat eaters.
red meat,
Heavy meat eaters who eat,
beer.
like, the meat consumption pattern is
Yeah.
also a problem.
Yeah.
Like, in US there is so much processed,
Yeah.
badly processed food, right? In India, that is never a problem. We all have issues of meeting our protein requirements, never
Yeah.
an issue of overshooting
it.
So your kidney is fine, friend.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
know
yeah.
why you were. I knew that you were going to use that word, overshooting.
Yeah.
We said this together. So it is not true, the myth, but of course, do your due diligence.
No, no need to do due diligence here. Just eat protein.
No,
It's-
of course, yes. But
That fact is absolutely. You absolutely need protein. What kind, what brand? For that, you please do your own due diligence. But
yeah.
protein
Not just
is
brand,
absolutely
like
necessary.
protein. Okay, you guys got to stop saying protein and protein powder interchangeably.
Yeah. You're right.
Need
Whey
protein.
Whey,
You need protein. Yes.
Yes.
whey protein is one of the ways.
Yes.
One of the ways of any protein powder.
Second myth is only bodybuilders or athletes need
No.
extra protein.
Extra. What is
protein.
extra protein?
You consume food, of course, daily. You get certain amount of protein in your daily meals. Extra protein means like whey protein or the powdered form of protein that you consume, because you can't stop eating food, right?
This was my issue also for the longest time, because I was always under the impression, for whatever reason, that protein powders and whey protein is only consumed by people who are working
Yeah.
out regularly or
Because
have.
that was the industry.
That was
also
my
like that, no?
misconception
Yeah.
for the very longest time. But this is an absolute fact that's absolutely untrue. Anybody can have whey protein if you want to.
You know what?
Powder.
Protein
Whey
powder.
protein powder. Whey protein is synonymous with protein
Yes,
powder.
but also there are other protein powders, no?
Fair. Protein powders, yes.
You know, I think I feel these brands, whey protein brands, should change their branding. Maybe not have like bodybuilders.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Which
Maybe
is
just
why
have
I
regular
like
people.
the whole truth branding.
Yeah. There's another brand which I will mention in the recommendations, which I will come to later.
Don't forget, okay?
Yeah. There is
Look
a
who's
story.
talking.
I
Look
will
who's talking. Shameless. Absolutely shameless. Okay, what are the other myths?
So with this, I come to the last one.
What do you
Yes.
mean? You just said 2?
Yeah,
I
you
have
only had
more if-
3.
Okay.
So, what do you mean?
I thought there were more.
There are more if you want. I can go
Yeah,
ahead.
sure, why not?
So plant-based protein is inferior to a regular whey protein or the ways of consuming protein. Not true.
The fact that you call it regular ways of consuming protein. Normal ways?
We
Like,
mentioned a lot.
like you guys are in
Myth
Vietnam.
busted unsuccessfully.
Like you guys were in Vietnam, no? The normal food and vegetarian food and normal food.
Veggie food and normal food.
Normal people. Normal people. This is for normal
This is for
people.
veggie people, this is for normal,
Normal people.
Okay, bro, I'm abnormal here.
So there is no normal protein. There is meat-based protein and there is plant-based
So
protein.
plant-based protein is inferior to basically animal protein or
Yeah.
meat protein, which is again not true.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah, protein
equally-
is protein is
All
protein.
protein is created equal.
Okay, more protein always means more muscle. Of course, it is not true. Consuming excessive protein does not automatically convert to muscle mass. Your body uses as much protein as it needs for repair and
And you'll just
building,
poop out
and
the rest,
of
basically.
rest may be stored as fat or excreted. Like
Yeah.
Yeah. Just
In
poop
much
out the
better
rest
term.
in a very foul manner also, might I add. Like,
yeah.
protein poops are
Smells
stinky as
bad.
fuck.
Protein farts are also. by the way.
Yes.
Protein needs don't change with age.
I'm sure
Any
they do,
neglect-
right?
See?
Because your body structure and type will also
Yeah.
be changing. Your weight will be fluctuating.
Yeah.
That's why
So
also maybe children like will not need,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
an
Yeah.
additional like a protein powder.
yeah.
Because at that age with that weight, the rest of the nutritional needs are being met, and
Yeah.
plus they can have far more calories. So
Yeah.
and they should have more
Yeah,
calories.
yeah.
So
And they have
That's
way too much energy to burn anyway. So
So as you get older, your protein needs often increase to preserve muscle mass and function. The need increases. So yeah, that was.
so yeah. What was your recommendation?
So for
Moving on.
recommendation, yes, I have been following this guy's Instagram and YouTube page. His name is Instagram and social media page name is
Wow.
Food Farmer.
Food farmer.
Food Farmer. So,
Revant something, no?
I don't know his real name. So what this guy does is basically he takes up different food items, of course, which are available in every household in India, and he basically tells the truth behind and what
Yeah.
is basically inside the food items, what the brands mention and how much of it is true. He basically dissects and tell you each and every information how it should be.
Yeah.
So this guy has come up with his own protein powder, his own brand, which is only what's needed, which I feel is a very pretty nice name to have.
Yeah, it's a good name.
And so he's promoting it right now. I have bought like a trial pack of his brand, which I really liked. Like the taste is very nice. The thing that I liked about his brand is that he hasn't marketed or branded his packaging with the name or his name, or like basically promoting his own brand. The entire packaging is basically the ingredients and what is really needed, how much it is needed is completely printed across
the
the
nutritional information, I think, right?
only
Yeah.
that and nothing, which of course like represents the name only what's needed. So
That's also branding.
yeah,
That's
this is very
yeah.
clever branding. Yes. So
I don't know. I mean, if you want longevity, right?
Longevity? What?
Longevity.
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 Longevity kar rahi hai.
Longevity. My God, I struggled so
Longevity.
much. If you want longevity of a brand, you need to
I'm
have.
definitely going to keep this in.
Yes, for sure, keep it. Yeah. You need to have also your brand being known for the brand as well.
Yeah.
So, from a purely marketing perspective, there is going to come a point of time when he will have to put in the name on the packaging and the branding on the packaging. But by that time, he would have established this packaging as the original packaging. So he will have to put in far more effort. After a point of time, if you want it to be a lasting legacy, right? Like a product that just sells, a product that does well in the industry, right? Like it generates revenue. It cannot be on your face all the time. It has to have the branding of the product and the company needs to be done. So he can't
Maybe.
skip out.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Maybe if you're
It's
listening,
marketing 101. If he doesn't do that, it's going to come back to bite him in the ass sometime or the other. Or maybe he doesn't intend to make it that big a company.
Yeah.
Like I don't know, but from a
Maybe he
marketing
plans to-
standpoint, it's not clever branding.
maybe he plans to
It's-
sell it raw, maybe to other brands in the future. I don't know.
White label probably. Yeah,
Maybe.
possible.
Maybe. But good luck to him because it's a good product.
Yeah. So if
I
you're listening,
hope
food
so.
farmer, if you're listening, please take Ashmita's recommendation and get in touch with
Or
Ashmita.
I am available for consults.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you want to see good branding though, what you can do is visit our Instagram page at DKDC Podcast.
Nice, Andy. Well done.
or reach out to us either with any feedback, any thoughts, any corrections regarding some information we might have said previously, or just your thoughts in general. Please reach out to us at don'tknow.docare1@gmail.com. The 1 is numerical 1. Or again, I'll reiterate, at DKDC Podcast on Instagram. Please give us a follow, like, subscribe, do all those good things. Give us some ratings. It helps us massively. And we look forward to seeing you in the next episode. Take care. Bye.